Hello and welcome to this demonstration video for the annual leave schedule. This is similar to the staff absentee schedule, except it doesn't allow you to put in whenever staff are absent. What it does is it literally allows you to put in a request for annual leave and let someone else approve or deny that leave. Let me show you how it works. I've obviously filled in some of the stuff already. What you do is put in the date, the year actually, just the year, so 2017, whatever the year might be. Um, that will generate your calendars and various other things. Also, then what you can do is, as you scroll down, you can see this is a section where you can put in times when the business may be closed. So if you're going to the first, you've got up to 3 that you can put in. So for argument's sake, if they closed over the Christmas period, so from the 1st of January this year to the 6th of January, and the end of the year, say for argument's sake, the 25th of December to the 31st of December, you can put in what the dates that the business are closed. And also what you can do here is select yes or no, whether or not that counts as annual leave. So if you're saying, well, yes, part of the staff's leave is that time that we close, then they're forced to take those days leave, then you select yes. If you close, but you say, well, actually, we might have a skeleton staff, or will the staff will still be working, but the office, the store or the offices may be closed, but the staff are still working, or whatever the situation might be, you can click no. If you select no, then it will show that as a time when your business is closed on the calendar, but it won't take off any days leave. You can also put this down if the people take leave, but it doesn't come out of the annual leave, then you select no. But you only select yes if the people are forced to take leave over that time and it comes off their annual leave, then you click yes. You'll see later on what I mean by that. Scroll down, you've got an alternative country. I've set this up. If you've got staff in 2 different locations in 2 different countries, you can put in the 2 different countries. These are the bank holidays or public holidays for those countries. So I put in an alternative country as USA. So you've got the UK, which is the default, and the USA. If you literally in one country and it's not the UK, then you can put that country in and put the bank holidays. But then all you would do later on is when you select which country the people are in, you just select them all as being in the USA, for example. If you're located in the USA, then it'll ignore all the UK. You can also put the date format, whether you want day, day, month, month, or month, month, day, day. As they prefer in the US. Yeah, so let's just go back to this for a second. But if you've got if you've got a staff in 2 locations, then the UK being one of them, then you can put an alternative. If they're just in the UK, then you can leave the alternative blank and leave the bank holidays here blank because you'll just be using this column. And if you are wanting to just use one other country, put the country name in here and use this, and then ignore these over here. The UK bank holidays will work out automatically, the grey section, but you can add in some more down here if you want. So if you're in a certain part of the UK that maybe has another bank holiday or two, put the dates in. If you purchase the full copy, your company name will be in there. That will already be locked down. The last thing that you can do is the staff names. So you can have a list of your staff names. I've just put in some first names, but you'd obviously want to put in surnames as well. And also don't have any duplicates. So if you've got 2 staff with exactly the same name, put something in 1 or 2 at the end just to differentiate between the 2 staff members so that you know who's who. If you've got duplicates in here, they'll show up red and it will cause issues later on. Once you put the staff names in, simply click on the drop down list and there you can see the UK, USA, which is what I put in as an alternative country. You can select where each of the staff members are. So if you're only using one of the country, just select one of the countries, just select them all as that one country, whether it's the UK, USA, or anywhere else. If you've got them over 2 countries, the UK and somewhere else, then obviously you can select each staff member as to which country they're in. Annual leave, how many days a year annual leave are they entitled to? And how many of you carried over from last year? You can, that will be this figure here, which are the remaining ones from the previous year, so you can just carry those ones over from year to year. These green ones here will automatically calculate, so you're requested, how many days have you requested leave that haven't been approved, how many days have you requested that have been approved, and how many days leave have you got remaining. That will show up later on. You'll see how those are calculated. So once you've filled in these red sections and you put in an alternative country if you had such a thing, and you put in your closures and obviously your dates, the year is the very first thing you'd fill in. that will be set up and you'll be ready to have, use the spreadsheet. Now the idea is to hide these two tabs. So what you do once you're done is you'd right click on that and you'd say hide. You'd also go on the leave approval. That one would also be hidden. I'll show you in a second. And then what you can do is you can come here to review and you can protect workbook. Now this is for the person, this is if you're in the situation where you've got staff members filling in leave requests and you need to come and authorize them because you don't want the staff members messing with your authorizations. So if you go here to review and say protect workbook, you can put in a password. I'm just going to put in 123. It'll ask you to repeat it, 123. Don't forget this password. If you forget that, you can't get any kind of password clues or anything like that. If you forget it, you've forgotten it, and you cannot open the workbook. So do remember that password. But now, if you right-click here and you go to unhide, you can't actually unhide those other sheets. So those two sheets that you've done are now hidden. So you can save this, let your staff actually access this, put in their own requests if that's how you want to work, or if you've got an HR person or someone to put in the requests. But they can't actually authorize the requests without that password. When it comes, so let's just see how that works, because you can then put in, let's just say on the 20th of January, someone says, who would it be? Let's say Chris comes and asks for a day off on the 23rd of January to the 23rd of January. So it's only one day. So it says their total days, 1 day is leave 1. Now let's say for argument's sake, if it's a full day, then you leave it as is, you don't fill the section in. If that's a half day that they're wanting, then you come here and if there's a half day involved in any of this period, so for argument's sake here, I've put in from the 9th to the 15th, but one of them is being a half day. If there's a half day involved at all, click yes, and then put in the date that the half day applies to and which one do you want. So let's just say they want the afternoon off. Then what you can do is this essentially saying on the 23rd I'd like the afternoon off. So that's actually a half day. If you've got 2 half days in the period, you're going to have to separate the 2 lots of leave. You can't have 2 half days in the period. If you're going to have 2 half days, you need to put them in as 2 separate leave requests. But if it's just 1 half day within that period, then you can just tick it and which day is a half day. Now that essentially is putting in a request for leave. If you go to the calendar, you'll see there's that half day. It's in red because it's requested, but it hasn't been approved yet. Now, when the manager, whoever it is, comes in, they want to see that, unhide that sheet. So they go to review, unprotect workbook, put in the password that you put in earlier, right-click, unhide, leave approval, and now you've got the leave approval sheet. So now you can see there that Chris has put in a approval on the 20th of January for half a day on the 23rd. You can come here, you can check the calendar, you can go, yes, all right, that's fair enough, you can have that. Now, this red section is what you fill in, but each one will already have the correct data in it. So all you do is this one here will be a case of approve or don't approve. If you click don't approve, it won't approve that leave, but you still need to fill in what you're not approving here. Well, you don't necessarily need to fill it in, but if you click in here, yes, you do approve, then you need to say what you're approving. Because remember, if someone else comes here, they can still change this. So if you've just said, yes, I approve, they can change these and go, well, actually, you approved more dates and what have you, which you don't want. So what you do on the leave approval is if you approve it, you just say yes. You say it was Chris who asked. He wants it from the 23rd. And as you click on each one, it will put whatever's in these cells into the drop-down list. So if it's all okay, you can literally just click on each one of these and just select whatever's in the drop-down list. It will be exactly the same as what the person's requested. If there's something different, you can type over it. Instead of selecting from the drop-down list, type it in yourself. So if you said actually you can't have the afternoon off, but you can have the morning, say this name date does not match that of the request, and you just say okay, it'll go bold, but it'll say okay, what I've approved the morning, not the afternoon. So when you go back here to the request form, it'll show that there's something different, and it'll show actually it hasn't been the morning, the afternoon, has been the morning that's been approved. So you can basically do a counter approval. But let's just say for now you're going to go, yes, that's fine. You can have what he wants off. Then what you do is once you've done that, hide that again, go review, protect it again, put the password in twice, and then you can save the document. And when they open it, they won't be able to actually access that sheet. But they can come to this sheet and they can come on and go, actually, now that leave has actually been approved. So you can see, yes, everything's been approved. It's half a day. And then when you go to the calendar, now you can see it's gone green, and it's gone lighter green to show that it's a half day. But it's green to say that it's approved. And again, when the spreadsheet's unlocked, you can do unhide, and you can unhide info and setup. You can unhide any of the other sheets that you want to, and there you've got the information, and it's taken those days into consideration. Just bear in mind that when you save it again, if your staff are going to be accessing it, you really want to hide this sheet. You don't want them playing with these dates or anything like that. And you can hide this leave approval sheet, and then simply protect the workbook, and that'll lock it, and you'll have the password. So yes, I hope that makes sense to you. There, you can watch this video by clicking on this link here, or alternatively on the YouTube link. And well, we wish you all the best with your HR requirements. Thank you very much. Goodbye.